And we continue on Westmoreland on the Gridiron here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Dan Flickinger back with you. And it is time to talk with our Week 4 Westmoreland Sports Network Player of the Week. He's been a human highlight reel this season, been nominated a number of times. It is Cody Rubrecht from the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions. Cody threw for 142 yards and 2 touchdowns, and also ran for 150 yards and a touchdown last week. It was in a losing effort, but he had a tremendous game against the East Allegheny Wildcats. And first of all, Cody, thank you so much for joining us here tonight.
No problem.
Cody, what were your overall thoughts on how you guys played in that game against EA? Because in the first half, it was a close game. You went into halftime trailing by just 7 points, but they were able to kind of run away with it a little bit in the second half. So just your overall thoughts on the contest.
So, first of all, I think we came out playing a little bit slow. We got into a 17-0. We were down. And, sometimes it's hard to come back after being down 17 points. But we managed to come back and cut down the difference in our points at halftime. But I think after halftime, we just kind of got out of energy and we weren't playing as well as we were in the first quarter.
Now, do you think when you go down by that many points and you have to really expend a lot of energy just to get back into the game, do you think that kind of took you out in the second half of what you wanted to do?
Yeah, because I think we had to use a lot of our energy to get back. And obviously we used a tremendous amount of it in the first half, getting back up to just down by 7. And once we turned the ball over and had to punt our first drive, we just kind of fell out of motion there.
Now, you ran for 150 yards in the game, and I know you've put up some really high rushing numbers this year. Was that mostly on design runs, or were you able to escape the pocket a little bit last week?
I think a good amount of them are from just running out of the pocket. I really do like going back to throw, pretending like I'm going to throw it, and then just sneaking right up the middle. But and also a lot of them are from design runs.
And the coaches give you that freedom. I mean, you're a great athlete, so obviously you get back there and you see something you like, they give you that freedom just to take off?
Yeah, they trust me with reads as like runnings. I can read the run, and they trust me as like a pocket, like playing in the pocket, running out of the pocket. So they have a lot of trust in me.
Take me through that touchdown pass in the first half to Keegan Young. You put it right on the money, man. It was a great ball. Can you kind of take us through what he did to get open and then the pass you made to him?
So it was a short pass. It was supposed to be a short pass, but I couldn't see over the line. So I'd step out of the pocket a little bit. I saw Keegan had a little bit of separation on the corner. So I just kind of laid it out for him, and he ended up catching it over the corner, and the corner fell, and he had a perfect line to touchdown.
Now, you play both ways, Cody. Is that something you embrace? Because, I mean, you're touching the ball as a quarterback, obviously, on every play, but it seems like, you're either running or throwing, maybe not on every play, but you're running and throwing a lot on offense. So you're very active as a quarterback as well. So is that something you embrace, and how much does that test your conditioning?
Honestly, I love playing both sides of the ball. I love being able to run the ball, and then also love being able to tackle and get interceptions. But it does take a toll on my energy. I have very little breaks. I have special teams breaks, but that's about it. But other than that, I love it.
They haven't tried to convince you to go on special teams? Maybe in the past, right?
Yeah, in the past.
For goodness sakes, you need a break every once in a while. And that reminds me of that run you had against Hempfield, man. I mean, you were like weaving in and out of guys and you went all the way down, I think, to the goal line, and you were just totally gassed. But that was a heck of a run.
Yeah, it's always the first games in gas. I remember last year at Hempfield, I was struggling to keep up my energy.
So people say, and they forget that this is your first year quarterback, but it isn't. You played quarterback, I know, growing up as well. How much are you enjoying getting behind center again? I know last year, you had a heck of a dynamite tandem with Hayden Teska, who's now playing at Seton Hill. But how easy was it to get reacclimated back to quarterback, and how much are you enjoying it?
It wasn't too hard. I just had to recondition my arm. Being not a quarterback for all those years, my arm kind of got weak and not into the throwing style. So conditioning it was hard again. But honestly, it feels great to be back there. And then sometimes I like running the offense, being able to take care of everyone. And that's something I missed last year. So
I'm sure you've seen some good things from your team, not so good things from your team. As a leader, what are you guys doing well right now as you enter conference play, and what are some of the things you're still really trying to improve on?
So one thing that we really improved on was practicing. We started off this year slow with practices, and we had little energy. But as the year went on, we realized how important practices are and how important we play and practice that leads up to the game. And we really focused on that, and it's been helping us. Last week, we didn't have a good practice week, and we ended up losing. The week before, we did, and we won. So I think practice is a big thing for us. Some other things that we're working on is trying to communicate and work as a family. I know we have a lot of young guys who have first varsity reps, so they're getting understanding for the game, while us older guys try to, teach them and maneuver them through the process.
Talking with Cody Rubrecht, our Week 4 Westmoreland Sports Network Player of the Week. Cody, what would you say your best attribute is as a player?
I think my best attribute is my speed. Obviously, I excel in acceleration. I'm fast in track. That shows because I was the fastest in Westmoreland County in the 100 meter. And ultimately that transitions to the football field, because being fast in no pads is way different than being fast in pads. But I can tend to keep it the same.
Yeah, that's very, very true about being fast in pads. And it's a little different, compared to when you're not wearing them. What do you enjoy most about playing football?
I think I just love that it's a team sport. I feel like it's one of the very few family sports left. And I just love being part of a bigger picture and having a lot of guys on my side.
Do you consider the game with Mount Pleasant a rivalry game?
I'd say it's kind of like a rivalry game, because last year we came out strong. We blew them out. And then now this year they make us our homecoming, which obviously gives us a little bit of bitter taste in our mouth. But I think it's going to be a good game. We're going to have a lot of energy, and we're going to come out strong.
So what would you say if I asked you about a scouting report for Mount Pleasant? What are some of the things from your perspective that you've seen from them? And what do you guys have to do well to get a win?
So obviously they run the ball a lot. Our run defense hasn't been that great over the past few weeks, but we've really been working to improve that. And what Mount Pleasant likes to do is they like to make people bite on the run and then throw a home run ball over the top. So we just got to watch out for the home run balls and stop the run.
Cody, one final thing for you. You're a senior. Do you have plans for college right now? Would you like to play football or run track in college? And do you have any idea what you'd like to major in, where you'd like to go, that type of thing?
I would like to major in engineering, and I would love to go to college for football. I have a couple of schools contacting me every once in a while, and it's great to get the attention, but I'd love to go to school for engineering and football at a higher school.
Well, you've put enough plays on tape, man, where more schools are going to be contacting you, and whoever gets you, they're going to enjoy it, I think. So Congratulations, Cody, on winning Player of the Week. All your success this year. Keep it rolling against Mount Pleasant, all right?
All right. Thank you, Dan.
That is Cody Rubrecht from Greensburg, Salem. Again, our Week 4 Westmoreland Sports Network Player of the Week. Sean and I will rejoin you in a moment to preview Week 5 games, including the Golden Lions and the Vikings, right here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.